I don't mean half the shit I say. Like, oh, so you're a liar. Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of Up to My App. Today, I'm here with
Annika.
And if you couldn't tell already, this is the Valentine's Day episode. We're talking love. We're talking all the mushy gushy stuff, or maybe all the things we hate about it. Who knows? We'll see where it goes. And I'm just going to start off with a very general question. What do you think about the dating pool, like the current dating pool at the moment?
Okay, so dating sucks. Let's just start there. Dating sucks.
Okay.
I think I'm also very new to the dating pool, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I was in an on and off relationship for a long time. And then even when it was off and even after it ended, like, I just not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on one date as an experiment. I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. Like, let me get out there. And it was recent, very recent.
Okay.
Went on one date and I was like, absolutely not. This is why I don't experiment.
Why?
Okay, so let me start off by saying that it wasn't a bad date. Like, the date itself wasn't bad. He actually did a very good job.
Okay.
So it was a friend of a friend. So I thought, it's someone I know. It's not like a complete stranger.
Mm-hmm.
But he just had a lot of like tiny red flags that I was like,
Okay.
And then also like, it was just him. And then also I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I don't know how people do this with multiple people. I was like, now I gotta talk to somebody else now. It's exhausting.
I don't think it's that bad. I feel like eventually they weed themselves out. Like, I feel like it's not easy. It definitely takes some of your time, but I feel like when you're dating, it's like, it's so casual that it's like, if I don't answer, I don't answer. It's fine. But if you don't want to answer, you don't care enough, it's probably because they're not your person anyways. Because the one that you're like excited about, you're like, oh shit, just messaged me. And he wasn't.
No.
Like,
it was just a lot of like, little, like, okay, the date itself, I mean, like, I said I wanted to do an activity and I was like, surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a candle making thing. And you could bring like wine, and then like it ended up nobody else reserved like that time as well, so we were like the only ones there, so it was cute. And like we talked, we got to know each other, and like it was a good day. And like I feel like he and I had good banter and all that, which is like very important for me.
Yeah,
because if I can't cut your ass, then like we can't be together.
Gotcha.
And
I'm too sensitive for that.
Oh, I could be sensitive, but like if I can't cut your ass, like you need to limit what you're saying to me because I might cry.
Yeah,
but like, like we gotta be able to go back and forth.
They need tough skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can get really mean. Like I'm a bitch, guys. Like I can own that. I mean, and like I can get really mean. Like so if you can't handle that, like you gotta go. And like he could like handle that, whatever. But it just felt like, I don't know. He just had like he had too many.
Give me the top 3 red flags that this man had.
So for context, the date was the day of Halloween.
Okay.
And
spooky.
It was in the city. Now we live in New York City. What happens every year in the city?
Big old parade.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So and it happened to be around the parade. But I felt like, and to me, as someone who's like, I went to high school in the city, like just being in the city, especially when it's packed like that and there's something going on, I didn't feel like it was too bad. Like people were really respectful. Like nobody bumped into us on purpose. Like we weren't like, it wasn't crazy. Nobody was rude or disrespectful. And every time they were like too many people or whatever, like he would get pissed, bro. Like he'd be like, or like try to move through the crowd. And I'm like, yo, like you literally chose the location and like we agreed on this day. So did you not expect there to be people? And I literally mentioned, I was like, the parade is going to be crowded out. And like he just, like he couldn't stand the crowd. And I was like, it's not even
weird.
That deep, bro. Like you're really pissing me off right now. Like, and then like we didn't want the date to end. Like we still wanted to keep talking. Like after, like we did the activity, then we got ice cream. He was like, I know this bar like around here. I've been there before or whatever. So we went, and like DJs and bars play music for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was white. So like they weren't playing, like the last time he went there, I guess they were playing like better music to him or whatever. But like that's not who the DJ was playing
that's
for
who
this
was there.
time. And it was packed. Like we literally sat at the bar. There was nowhere else. And bro, this man was getting mad when people were ordering over him, or like, and nobody even like reached in between us, like put their hand in our faces or anything like that. And I was literally talking to him like this and active, like, talk to me.
Hey.
No. No.
What? He's trying to kick it to you. You guys are on a date.
We were in the middle of a conversation.
Okay.
So talk to me like you're explaining something to me.
I think that you have the most beautiful eyes.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. Like, because somebody like went behind him, was too close to him.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
yeah, he's got a temper problem.
Yeah. And I was like, hell no.
I'm sorry.
Even that, I was willing to overlook.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was willing to overlook it because I was like, you know what? Maybe like, you know, he's just maybe he just has a like space issue. Like he doesn't like people's personal space.
I'm like, if you get annoyed by these strangers, then you're gonna get annoyed by me and you're gonna hit me. That's what my brain went.
Oh, and this was another. He insisted on getting me an Uber, like, because he wanted me to get home. I live in Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we walked around and everything, like, we were on Delancey, bro. I'm 2 stops away from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, I'm just gonna take the train. I understand, like, you want to be chivalrous,
yeah,
and you want to be like, yeah, I want to say, but it was Halloween, and bro, it took me longer to get home in the freaking Uber than it took me to get on the train. And like, he just like my mom was like, Annika, because my mom swears I'm too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you need to let some things go, like let him, which is the only reason I was like, you know, yeah. But it was like he was like, oh, you're gonna get used to me doing things for you, and I was like, is that a threat?
Like, yeah, why are you being demanding about it? Like, just do it.
And yeah, like I'm very hyper independent. Like I have trouble asking my mother and father for help. Like my mother who birthed me, I have trouble asking her for help.
Yeah.
So if you think who I don't really even know like that, I'm gonna let you do stuff for me, absolutely not, serious.
Yeah, I feel like when you're a hyper independent person, you need someone who just does the stuff because because, you know, speaking as someone who's also hyper independent myself, it's like I can't allow that space in between when you say you're going to do something for me and when that thing is getting done, because I'm going to do it for myself in the time in between. That's how I am. So it's like, you need to just do the thing for me and for me to be like, wow, that was a breath of fresh air. It's nice when someone does something for me. But if you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to look at you, I'm like, that's all talk because you haven't done it. Like, and I'm just going to get pissed. I'm going to get upset. So, yeah.
I'm just like, I'm the same way. And also, I don't like, don't tell me that I need to change. Like, oh, well, you need to get used to this. And then the other thing that bothered me was like, because it wasn't just on the date, because even our conversation prior, like, I was explaining, like, I'm very, like, hyper independent. Like, I know that our generation now, like, which is another thing with the dating, like, a lot of women are like, oh, I want him to pay for everything and I want him to do that. Like, that's not me, bro, because I feel like I don't want you to do something for me and then have it thrown in my face.
Yeah.
Because that's like my number one, like, I will punch you in your face. Like, don't do something for me that I didn't ask you to do. And then you're like, well, I did this. Or if you do something, then you feel like I owe you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I bought you this, I bought you that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't ask
buy me
for
anything.
it.
I didn't ask you anything. And that's just very much my mentality. So, and I feel like because I'm a genuine person, so like when I do shit for people, it's because I wanted to do something for them. Like if I get you a gift or I do something, it's not because I want you to feel grateful or anything. Like, it's just I thought of you and I did this for you.
Wait, so I'm like, do you think you can be with like a dominant guy? Like, how does that work for you? Like,
I think that I can be. I just honestly think that we would like, there'd be a lot of discussions on the dynamics of the relationship, because the thing is that I also am used to doing everything for myself. So I would have to learn to, and anytime I let someone else lead, like, I'm like, yeah, revoking that. Like, revoking that privilege.
Okay.
So I feel like if I'm with someone who knows how to, I think the difference is I need to be with someone who knows how to lead.
Okay.
Like, you can't just be dominant and be like, I told you it, so you're going to do it. You need to know what you're doing.
I was going to say, for me, I feel like someone who knows how to lead is someone who, and this is going to sound crazy, but like, who lets me think I'm in control for certain things, even though I'm probably not. Like, but let me think that. For me, the perfect guy sees through my bullshit. I think that's what it is. I need someone who, I don't mean half the shit I say. Like,
oh, so you're a liar.
No, like, I kid and stuff and I say things, but like, the right guy knows, like, she's talking on her ass right now. Like, I know exactly what she needs and she's not going to ask for it, but I'm going to do it for her anyways. Like, I think that's what I need. I need someone who's just like, you're going to let me bitch and moan. You're going to let me complain, but you know that you have everything handled in the back end, but you're not going to tell me. Like, it's like I complain about a lot. I complain about all the stresses in my life. I complain about, and I hate to use the word complain. See, already I'm complaining about complaining. But I just express all the things going on in my life so that you understand where I am, where my head is at, and all that stuff. So if you hear all my complaints and, you're just like, just let me be mad, let me be cranky, but you have something in store for me that'll like relax me. But if you tell me you're going to take me to go get a pedicure, if you tell me you're going to take me on a spa day, I'm like, no, I have things to do. I gotta get stuff done. I'm stressed. Oh my God, I'm going to die if I spend this one day relaxing. But if we go on a walk that we're going to go on anyways or something, you're like, oh, let's go in here. I'm like, what are you talking about? We don't have an appointment or whatever. And it's just like, Erica, just shut up for a minute. I'm like, this is like, I wasn't expecting this. Thank you, and then I forget that I was complaining. I forget that I'm a pain in the ass and you just gotta lead me without me knowing.
So for me, like, I don't complain at all.
Okay.
And I don't mean that like I go through my shit, like, and I go through a lot of shit. And like, I mean, I tell people about like, yeah, this isn't this, but nobody will ever see that it bothers me. Mm-hmm. So I feel like for me,
but the right guy will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, exactly. Like,
yeah.
I feel like, I think something that we both really agree on is to love someone is to know them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
I feel like if you want to be with me, then you need to get to know me and be able to know what I need so that you can do that for me, or so you can be that person for me.
That's a really interesting point, because that has proven to me that a lot of guys are just dumb, because I feel like I'm the easiest to know person. I get on this podcast and I spill the beans of my whole entire life. Like, all you got to do is listen. Like, it's not that hard. And I think it's also like I've had a lot of nice guys who listen to me, but they don't apply anything I said to anything. And I'm just like, all right, so what you're telling me is that you suck. Like, it's just not a good time. Hate it, can't stand it. And then there are other guys who like, I don't even, because I'm not going to lie, I'll say certain things a lot to make sure you get what I'm trying to say. And then there are other things I'll just say like once. And I'm not even saying it with the intention of like, oh, let's see if he picks up on this. Like, I don't speak giving you like tests. I just talk because I don't shut up. And sometimes I'll just say something in passing. And this one guy, he'll be like, hey, I just did this whole extravagant thing for you for this thing that you talked about once. And I'm like, oh, I'm in love.
We like that.
Yeah. Like, so when we getting married? For me, that's what does it for me. And I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't understand that, or a lot of guys just don't care to try. Because I'm just like, I don't think it's that hard. But that's just me. What do I know?
But I do believe that there is someone out there for you that is just like everything you need and want.
Yeah. Because I'm a strong believer in that there's someone for everyone. And for me, I feel like a soulmate is someone who you never have to doubt that like they got you, kind of thing. Because and for some people, they say like, your soulmate is somebody who gives you unconditional love. I don't believe in unconditional love, because I love you on the condition that you are loyal to me, that you're honest, that you're trustworthy. Like, I can't do that whole like, no matter what. No, there's a matter that I will stop loving you.
There's a matter of what?
Yeah. Like if you cheat on me, if you just do something beyond stupid that I can't even try to understand you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody goes through stuff. Everybody for super long relationships, I feel like every relationship that's longer than 5 years has that one thing that they were like, remember that time shit got bad? You know, like, and it is what it is. If you guys get through it, that's good. Just don't tell your friends about it because all your friends are going to hate them. And then, I don't know, that just, if you're willing to put up with it, that's your thing. That's you guys. That's fine. But for me, it's just like, if you cross all the boundaries that I set at the beginning, like my non-negotiables, then no, like it's not, there's no such thing as unconditional love. It's just, I love you on the condition that you keep your shit together, because I'm not in a crash out time in my life. I don't feel the need to crash out. I don't think that that's okay. And I feel like a lot of people think that it's not strong unless you crash out at least once. No. I'm crashless. Crashing in. I'm crashing in love.
Crashing in is crazy.
But yeah, so my soulmate is someone that I don't have to deny their love for me. I don't have to deny that they have my best interests at heart. I don't have to deny. Does that make sense? Not deny. How was I?
Not deny. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God.
Right? Whatever. I know they love. I don't doubt. Yes. Good stuff. I don't doubt their love for me, or, I don't doubt that they have my best interests at heart. None of that. I'm just like it's security. It's just knowing that, like, I trust this person. I can talk to this person about anything, and they're just gonna be there. Like, I don't know. It's a good thing to have. So yeah. So no such thing as unconditional love. I do believe in soulmates. And like I'm very big on the whole thing of like that you have soulmates for different things. Like you have familial soulmates, you have like friend soulmates and stuff like that. And like for me, like my familial one is my mom. And she always says is that she just wants to be, like when she passes, she wants me to be very sure that she loved me. Like that's her biggest thing. She was just like, if I leave this earth, I want you to walk around knowing that I loved you, and that's gonna, transcend time and space, and that, I'll be gone and you'll feel my love everywhere you go, that kind of thing. And I feel like that should be my standard for like all friendships, relationships, all that. Like, it's like, you shouldn't be going through life being around people who you're ever like, do they actually support me? Or like, do they actually believe in me? Like, like that fucking sucks. Like, who wants that? So I feel like for a relationship or a soulmate has to do with like love and whatever, your partner, whatever you want to call it, you should just be very, very sure all the time. Like, no, like why would I second guess their actions in a room that I'm not in? Like, they consider me, they love me, they know what I'm okay with.
Yeah. I'm very much there with you now. I was not before. And I feel like I've had so much time to think about this, and I've worked through it in therapy. And it's because as a person in general, I'm a very understanding and forgiving person. And that has a lot to do with like how I was raised and like my faith and all of that. I'm a very understanding person. And that goes back to to know someone is to love them, to love someone is to know them. Because if I know you, if I love you, I know you. So I know like how you think about certain things, how you're going to address certain problems, like why. And that was like very much my issue, that like I could understand, like I know what your headspace was. So I understand why you did this, and I'm willing to forgive you. The problem is that people mistake that for them me being a forgetful person. I'm not a forgetful person, bro. Like, I don't forget. So even though I'm willing to move forward and I'm giving you that grace and I'm saying, hey, I understand where you were at and I'm willing to move forward from this, that should still happen. Like, that doesn't mean that, erase, like, restart. Like, when you, what's it called? The thingy, and then you shake it and it all goes away.
Oh, Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah, the Etch-a-Sketch. I'm not Etch-a-Sketch, bro.
This is permanent marker.
This is permanent marker. Like I'm giving you a new page, but the permanent marker is still staying on the back of the page,
Yeah.
So I felt like that was very misconstrued. Like, you think, okay, I forgave you and I'm willing to work past things. Yeah. You think that I forgot. No, I didn't. I didn't forget, and it's still very fresh. And you still made me feel like, because to you, the things that you did might have been a mistake or heat of the moment thing or whatever. like, to me, you just like ruined my life.
Yeah.
Like, you just ruined my life, watch me break down and all of that. And I'm willing to take all of that and be like, okay, this moment, and like move forward from it. But that moment still very much happened. Those feelings are still very raw.
Yeah.
So if you exhibit behavior similar to the behavior you were exhibiting, or you say something that's like too soon, you know, like too soon,
like you're still scarred. Yeah,
I'm still there. Or like you do something similar to what you just did, like, to me, like, and then it'd be like, oh, so then you didn't really forgive me, you just bring it up. No, bro, like you're ruining it.
Yeah.
You're ruining it.
Yeah.
And to me, like, that's just thing. And that was very much the issue in my past relationship, but it's also been the issue with me in general. Like, people think that because I'm so understanding and so forgiving, like I'm very much believer in giving people grace, bro, because I've gone through a lot of shit and I know that people need grace. Like, you never know what someone's going through. Like, when I tell people things about myself sometimes, or things that I've gone through, they be like, bro, you would never know that you're going through that. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't exhibit that. And a lot of people are like that. Like, they don't show what they're going through.
Yeah.
So I'm very understanding and I'm very forgiving, and I'm willing to take into account, like if you're like, hey, this, and this, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but it still happened, my nigga. Like,
see, this is one of the,
it still happened.
This is one of the few instances where you're better than me, because I am the type where it's like, just because I understand where you're coming from doesn't mean I got to put up with it. Like, there are a lot of things that, and I think I do this with friends, and I haven't been in many relationships recently to say that I do this with boyfriends, but I'm very much the type where it's like, there are certain things that you got to figure out that aren't my problem. And if you can't fix that on your own, I'm not your therapist. I'm not your mom. I'm not anything other than your significant other. I'm not anything other than your friend in the cases with my friends. And it's like, I can help as much as I can, but you can't expect me to fix everything. Like, I can't do people who, like, I don't do pity parties. I don't do that whole thing, because I'm just like, that's not my problem. And I think you need to do better at getting yourself together, and I'll be here when you're ready. Like, and I think I'm tough on people because I'm tough like that with myself. Like, I don't, it's also because I kind of like, I don't want to say punish myself, but if I'm going through something, I'm not burdening my friends with my nonsense that they can't fix. Like, my biggest thing is, like, I don't know, like, if I'm going through it, I know that I don't want to be around me when I'm going through it. So I'm like, why would my friends want to be around me? And I get it. I have good friends who are like, but we would help you. And it's like, I think I find peace in knowing that they would, but I don't need it, because, or at least maybe I don't think I do. Maybe I need therapy. Who fucking knows? But I'm
Get
just
in there.
Yeah. So I don't want to burden them with my, like, because it's not even like I'm crying. I'm just an angry human being. Like, that's why I go to the gym. I didn't realize it until I started going more frequently, like in 2018, that like I have a lot of energy and anger when I don't go. Like, you know how, like, you know, you got a sibling with ADHD and you take him to karate. Like, that's my karate. Like, I need to go to the gym or else I'm really gonna explode. My clearest thoughts are when I'm at the gym. So I don't need friends. I need the gym. That's where my head's at. But back to what we were talking about. Like I said, I think I'm very understanding in the sense of, like, I can understand exactly why you did it, no matter how bad that thing was. I was actually just talking to somebody the other day. Like, one of my friends had said, "Oh, like, what would you do if I said I, like, killed someone?" And I was like, I'd ask why. And it was just like, you'd ask why? Like, you would, I'm like, listen, what it got to do with me? Like, I feel like as much as I understand people, I'm completely separate from all of your problems and stuff. Like, I understand that has nothing to do with me. I'm just going to ask a bunch of questions. And then another question that I'd ask is, like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Like, I think I should know if I'm friends with a criminal, you know? Like, but I don't care that you did it. Like, for as long as it wasn't for no reason.
I don't care that you're a murderer.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah. Like, if it would, like, if the person killed your mom and you killed them.
Valid.
Listen, gotta do what you gotta do. I don't care.
I feel like I'm with you there when it comes to, like, the me stuff, because my friends, my family, all the time, they're like, but why didn't you come to us? Like, and I'm like, bro, what are you gonna do? Like, like most of my problems, and which is like a lot of what I work through in therapy, most of my problems, nobody can fix, bro. It wasn't something that causing, like, my problems were just things that nobody can control, which for me, who has control issues, was really hard because how I gotta control it, like, you know? And it was all things out of my control, like my health out of my control, my grandfather having dementia out of my control, like all those other things, like, out of my control. But I'm unlike you in the way when it comes to other people, because even though my own problems, I'm like, stay away.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. And with other people's problems, like, come, let me help you.
Yeah.
I could fix you.
No,
I'm not like that anymore, though. I don't want to fix anybody.
Yeah, I fix for as much as I can fix. Like I said, in the same way that I'm not going to go to you with my problems unless you can help, I'm also, not that I don't care for your problems. I will listen to your problems and I'll be there for you. But if what you need is an ear, or if what you need is just a friend to be there, I'll be there. So it's like, you can't just keep complaining to me about this thing that only you can fix. And I'm like, all right, I gave you my piece. What else do you want? Do you think you could ever stop loving someone?
No.
Really? See, before, like, in our talk before this podcast, you seem like so anti all this, all this.
I
pink
kept
and
telling
hearts.
you, bro. Erica does not believe me, bro. You need to put a disclaimer. I am not anti-love, okay? I am very much a lover girl. I love love. I just have experienced so much negativity in situations with love, like friendships mostly. Like even if you take away all the relationship trauma, like friendships, like family, I've experienced so much that I'm just very realistic and specific about it. But to me, and this is another thing that very much intertwines with my faith, once you love someone, you love someone. How you love them changes, and maybe how much you love them changes, but loving them doesn't change. If you if you truly loved and cared about someone, like truly deeply, that's never gonna go away. I feel like maybe in an extreme case, like it would have to go away. Like if they killed your mom. But I just feel like if I've ever loved you, if I've ever cared about you, like sincerely a part of me wishes you the best. And like it depends how things end. Like and I feel like that love never, not that, but love in itself never really goes away. I think it just changes.
See, so I used to be like, once you love someone forever. But then the way I see it now is kind of like, I see it as like, let's say I love someone, I was in a relationship with them, and then the relationship ends. And then, obviously fresh off the breakup, I'm a fairly nice person. I'll be like, oh, wish the best for them, want them to be happy, yada, yada, yada. But I think there's a point where like they kind of leave your brain entirely, and the love that you had for them is almost like in a box. And that box will always be theirs. They'll always remember like the love you had for them, how you expressed it and all that. But I think that like for me, like sometimes it just like stops. Like if I haven't thought about you in years and my brain's okay with that, I don't think I love you anymore. Cause like, it's like if I can think about you again, there is no feeling like at all. Like it's literally, I feel like it's more like indifference. And it's like, I don't hate you. I didn't lose any love for you. I just kind of stopped. And I don't know if that counts as like no longer loving someone. I feel like it does. Cause like I said, for me, it's just in this little maybe time capsule, and it's theirs. They can do what they want with it. They can reminisce, they can do whatever, but it's no longer mine.
I like that actually.
Oh,
I like that little metaphor you did.
I said something. Nice. A little pizzazz in there.
I like that. No, I like that it's no longer mine thing. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever experienced losing love for someone, but I have experienced the way it changes or diminishes. But like that care is just like always there, and I was just always raised like my mom raised me. We don't hate, and I also am a big hater. So oh my god! But it kind of balances each other out. Like like I'm a hater, but like I don't hate like humankind or whatever. Like I say I hate people all the time.
Yeah.
And like I hate people, but like not like I wish you were dead. Like you know? And I don't know. It's just it's I feel it's so complicated and it's so weird that for me, like once I love someone, like I've experienced the way it changes. And it changes drastically. Like like what's an example I could use? So I had these two friends that like we were super, super close, like trio, da da da. And this thing happened, and one of them, like the way that it happened, like to me, felt very just like I just felt very like weird and betrayed, and I just felt like you weren't a friend. Like I still have that love for her, where it's like, you know, I wish you the best, and like, you know, I loved you once, and like I hope that like, you know, you remember these things about these people you share these connections with, and like I hope you did this, or I hope you did that, or like I hope you resolved this. Yeah. And to me, I think that that's just a form of love and care. But also like I don't want anything to do with you. Stay the fuck away from me. Oh, like you know, like I love you from a distance.
It sounds more of like I'm too good of a person to not hope these things for you, but I also want nothing to do with you.
Yeah. I think that's more of what it is. But to me, it's like, so I keep saying my faith. I'm Catholic, and I know it's like real controversial, but to me, being Catholic means doing everything you can in love. Like that's what I feel like is the basis of all of Jesus' teachings. So to me, I just feel like I try and be as genuine and as loving as I can with everyone that I meet and anyone that I make a connection with. But if it comes to a situation where like I could really be like, fuck you, get the fuck out of my face. Like I still, in the bottom of my heart, like somewhere, that connection is still there. And I still wish you the best. Yeah. But also get the fuck out of my face. Yeah. Like, you know, so I feel like it's just, I'm a very complicated person. There's just there's no black and white for me, I feel like.
Okay. So next question for you. Next. Because you see, because you're getting into like your little tough zone. I wonder what are your non-negotiables in a relationship? Like you meet someone and kind of like off the bat, like if you're in a situation where you're like, listen, these are the things that aren't changing that I need from you. And if you can't provide this, or if you can't accept this, this isn't going to work. What are those things for you?
I dance a lot. I'm a dancer. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm a dancer. I dance a lot. I'm a dancer, and I feel like in this generation, like if you're a girl and you dance, like last year I just got into like heels dancing. I'm still very new to it, but it's been the majority of what I'm doing, which is not like really my bag at all. Like hip hop is really like what I do. But I feel like in this generation, guys, like, oh, she's a hoe. Like,
yeah.
I didn't say I was a hoe. Like,
I wasn't prostituting. I'm just dancing.
Yeah, like, and you know, like people be like, oh, you could dance. Like, you don't have to act like acting is part of dancing. Like facials and all that. Like
the performance.
People, like it's a performance. Like professional people, they get trained to like act like that and stuff. And when I dance, like dancing is just such a big part of me. Like if you don't know how to dance, but we go together, that's cool. I'll teach you. Yeah. I can teach anybody to dance. That's like, I think that's one of my dancing superpowers. I believe I can teach anybody to dance. So it's okay if you come not knowing how to dance. But like if you're not willing to learn, like if you're not willing to support that part of me, goodbye. Like, cause that's not going anywhere. Like I literally need dance to stay sane. Like it's not going anywhere. Or a lot of guys like are weird and like they find it sexy, but they're like, oh, but don't put like, you just do that for me. Nigga, are you cool? Are you straight? Like
I'm not paying for these classes to dance for one man.
I'm not paying for these classes and like I want exposure. Like I choreograph. Like I want exposure. I want people to ask me to choreograph their stuff to you for performances and stuff. Like, is you cool? So that's a non-negotiable for me. Like supporting my dance stuff. Another non-negotiable for me is communication. And I need to be clear when I say this because people think communication is like, oh, like she just wants to talk. No, like communication is a bunch of things that work together, right? It's talking, but it's also listening and it's also understanding. Like if you're not willing to do all three parts of that communication, you gotta go. Yeah. Because you could be like, oh, you need to communicate. Like communicating is not just I tell you something like, oh, well, I communicated. Like, no, communicating means that you're actually actively listening. And for those of you, actively listening and just listening are two very different things, okay? You're actively listening because people listen to respond.
Yeah.
And that's not communication. That's you trying to get your word in.
Yeah.
You need to be actively listening to understand what I'm saying to you and then, you know, and come to an agreement. This generation is so terrible. Like the way that this generation, like our generation, views relationships and like just I don't want to say gender norms in the way like whatever, but I'm saying like the way they expect the male to act or the way they expect the female to act or just like whatever it may be, like the way the expectations that this generation has sucks, bro. Like it's both of your responsibility to do things. Like it doesn't, if you're in a relationship with someone, it does not fall on one person to do things.
Yeah.
Like to me, and that's another one of my non-negotiables. If you're not willing to do everything that I can, and if you're not willing to give everything that I can in this relationship, like as much as you like, am I retarded? Like, if you're not willing to put in as much as I'm putting in, then we cannot be together.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't care if that's domestic responsibilities, like anything happens in the house, so like cooking,
dishes,
laundry, whatever. You need to be able to do that too, bro. I'm not nobody's mom.
Yeah.
I'm not nobody's mom. I was raised by a single mother. My grandfather cooks. Well, not anymore, but when he could, my grandfather did all his own stuff. That's how my great grandmother raised them. Like I come from a family where the men do just as much as the women and the women do just as much as the men.
Yeah.
My dad's in construction. Like I can put things together and I can put things up in the wall. Like I just helped my dad redo our bathroom. Like I can do that and I can also cook and all that. So if you're not versatile like that and you're coming into a relationship expecting me to do only certain things or make up for what you can't do, sorry, buddy, you're in the wrong place.
Interesting. And
I should have started with this, but my first non-negotiable is you have to love animals because you're weird if you don't, one. And two, I love animals. I have 2 dogs. And also I want a farm one day. So if you don't like animals, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah. You need you a ranch.
I'm trying to think. There has to be one more non-negotiable.
No, I have a few, but to one of your points that you said about the gender norms, you might hate me just a little bit, but okay. I'm nervous. Like I'm not saying I should be doing all the cooking, the cleaning, and all this stuff or whatever, but and this might sound weird. I enjoy like cooking, and I enjoy out of all the chores, I like doing the dishes. It's gonna sound so like 50s of me, but I like doing the dishes because it's a nice little thing for me. Laundry, I'll do the laundry, but I'm not folding it. You know, like there are certain things that I enjoy doing, and I realize I like to do a lot of things that have to do with like housekeeping, literally. Like I was gonna say keeping up the house, but I'm like, it's the same thing as housekeeping. You know, like I like doing that, and I feel like for me, I would enjoy a man who he handles enough for me to be able to peacefully do the things around the house. Like, I'm not saying that I need a guy who covers all the bills and then I just do stuff at home or whatever. Like, I'm okay with going 50-50 on bills. I'm okay with whatever splits we agree on. But I don't mind it if he's like, listen, like, I'll cover these bills for this many months or something. I'm like, cool. And I will happily do the groceries and, you know, and clean around the house and stuff. Like, for me, it's kind of nice. And I don't know. I think this is what it is. I think I'm okay with sticking to like the so-called like dating gender norms for as long as you can pick up my slack whenever things fall short, because I'm willing to pick it up for you. So it's like, if you want to cover bills and if you want to do this and you want to do that, you know, that's because it's so manly. You want to put up shelves and stuff or whatever, then you do that. And I will do all, you know, the supposed womanly things. But if I fell asleep early, your ass is doing the dishes. Or, you know, if you're falling short because, you know, you spent too much money on something, I'll cover whatever bills. But it's like, I think it's okay to mainly cover what's expected of you socially, I guess, whatever. and then pick up where the other's lacking. But I think it's more about just balance than anything.
And but see, like, you're agreeing to that. I'm talking more like, don't come expecting things of me.
Okay.
Like, I feel like this generation expects so much of their partner. Like, you need to be like, I don't need to be doing shit I don't want to do. Like, what are you saying? Like,
I'm talking to a guy right now where it's like, he can cook and I can cook, but I prefer my food. So I'm cooking, you know?
She said your food is shitty, bro. I heard her say it live now.
It's not that. I promise it's not that. But he eats like someone who goes to the gym. He just cares that the right amount of rice is in there, the right amount of meat, and it's not visually pleasing, you know? But it's got all the foods you need. And I'm sure it doesn't taste bad. I told him, I was like, you know what? On a day that I'm really hungry and I don't want to cook, I'll try some of that. But for as long as I'm able. We ain't pollo guisado today.
I feel like I like washing the dishes. Like, I want to be a mom. That's another non-negotiable. Like, you have to want kids.
You have to be fertile.
Well, no. You have to want kids. But no, I like doing the dishes. Like,
you're like, wait, me
but
too.
I don't like doing, if I cooked, I don't like doing the dishes.
Yeah.
I don't like doing both. Like, get on that. But laundry, like, I'm not a big fan. Like, I'll separate it if you wash it and then we can fold it together.
Hold on, that's a myth. Separating laundry to me is a myth. The only thing, hold on.
Cancel this podcast right now.
No, because that is a scam from Big Laundry to make you spend more on Big Laundry, Big Detergent, Big Tide, whatever, to make you spend more on detergent. This has been something I've been thinking about for a while. Listen, the only time you need to separate anything is like, let's say it's the first time you wash a heavily dyed shirt. Sure. After the first wash, nothing's bleeding. Nothing is bleeding. I have all the red shirts, all the blue shirts, all the black jeans, everything. If it's dirty, throw it in the wash, throw it in the same machine. I don't believe in separating because, and I don't wear a lot of white. But if I had more white clothes, I would separate all my white clothes. Instead, I just wash the whites by them. That's the only thing.
There's some hope for you.
Because white can get dingy. I get that. But that's because it just naturally gets dingy. Besides the point, everything else, throw it in. Blankets, throw it in. Jackets, throw it in. Jeans, shirts, panties, throw it all in. Throw it in the machine. Because the clothes don't know that they're in there with other colors. They don't know and they don't care. Why should we? They all come out the same. I've been doing this since I was 17. I think I'm all right.
Okay. Now that I've been yelled at. No, I separate my whites. That's, if you don't separate your whites, I'm sorry. That's a crime.
I'm just telling future boyfriend, it don't matter if she's separated or not. It's all a lie.
No, it's not a lie. Let me get to the point. Why? I have clothes that are different textures and I will wash them because I separate according to what water I'm washing it in. Like, is it a cold wash? Is it a warm wash?
To me, it's all cold.
No, there's a cold wash, there's hot wash. Like, I wash my whites in hot water with bleach.
Why?
Because it's better for them.
Why is it better? I'm genuinely asking.
Science!
I read it somewhere. See? That's big laundry.
Like you're supposed to like you don't, okay, like, you know how an iron has settings?
Yep.
For different, because you don't apply heat. You apply heat differently to different.
You know, I live life on autopilot. To me, everything gets ironed with hot as fuck. That's the measurement.
Okay.
That's it.
In grown-up land.
I made it this far. Like, I'm alive.
Cottons, polyesters, like they get the materials get treated differently, and it's overall better for the clothes over time.
See that?
But I literally still have clothes that I used to wear in high school.
So do I, and I haven't followed any of those rules.
Maybe it is a lie, but I like how I do it. So
no, that's great. No, like, I'm sure that it's better. Like, I'm not saying I suck. I just got here.
I just got here for real. No, no. I can't.
Yeah. See, your non-negotiables are like so thought out. My non-negotiables, you know this one. You need a straight set of teeth. I need some pearly whites. They gotta be above a certain shade of yellow. Cause like, I mean, I don't allow any yellowing, but obviously teeth aren't completely white. So like, I could do some, color, whatever. but as close to white. You made it sound racist when you looked at me like that.
I was gonna say be more cautious when you say color because color can't only mean yellow. Like you don't want nobody with no shade of brown or black.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be dating a smoker, but like I need like cigarettes. I'm not.
Oh hell no. See, but to me, you're saying non-negotiables, but to me, I feel like I shouldn't have to say those things.
Oh no, you do. Yes, you do. No, listen.
I'm fucked, bro. I'm fucked. I'm never dating again.
Because I need straight teeth. And it's mainly for the top. Because for the bottoms, for as long as when you speak, I don't see them. I just care that they're clean, obviously. But like, even like if you have clean, crooked bottom teeth and I always see them, I don't like that. Not a fan. So, but for the most part, when people speak, you don't see the bottom teeth.
I need straight teeth.
As for the top row, I like nice straight teeth. Bonus points if you have big teeth, because I don't like little teeth. I had a guy with little teeth once. Little teeth, big gums. Thought I could deal with it. I was like,
like a rabbit?
actually hate rabbits.
No,
have
rabbits
big
have big
teeth.
teeth.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
What's an animal with little teeth? Creepy, weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I like nice
little teeth. Who
big
has little
pearly
teeth?
whites.
I'm scared.
And my general rule of thumb is like if I took a picture of you at night with flash and you smiled with your teeth, can I tell that your teeth are crooked? If I can't tell, because you know a crooked mouth with flash at night, you know when you look at it, you're like, nah, something's definitely wrong with his mouth, but I can't 100% see it, but you know? So the imperfections are small enough if they're small enough to pass. If I take a picture of you, you smile, cheese, chica, right? And then I look at him like, oh, what a nice little smile. And if I meet you in person and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. It's just like that one tooth that's like a little bent. That's fine. It's fine. That's okay.
I didn't know that I had to say this, but I love a guy smile. So if your teeth are yellow or crooked or nothing, I get the fuck
You'd be
out of
surprised.
my face, bro.
There are so many guys that you go through their Instagram, you're like, wow, what a nice looking man. It's because they never open their mouth. They're not smiling, nothing.
I'm scared, bro.
And then
this is how you know I'm out of practice, bro, because
girl.
I don't know. I'm scared.
That's all
I need a chaperone for everywhere.
Girl, no, they speak and then you find out they got a lisp. And then you find out that
I'm too fucked up for that because I will make fun of you.
Yeah.
I had a friend, and he has a stutter, and literally every meme I see about people stuttering, I send to him.
See, that's you. Yeah, you messed up.
I told you I'm fucked up. I started this by saying I am a bitch, and I will will completely. Yeah, no,
damn.
If you got a stutter, I'm gonna be like.
You have it down too good. Damn, you be practicing. Well, anyway, another non-negotiable for me is like, I shouldn't be able to see a receding hairline in your future. Like, like we're at the age where it's starting. It's the beginning of the end.
That's so sad, bro.
Yeah.
Not my last ex that I've been talking about, my ex before that, like right out of high school into college. His dad was bald. And his brother was bald. And his brother's only 2 years older than us.
See?
And he was doing everything he could to keep his hair. And I literally told him, I was like, if you go bald while we're dating, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah.
And he's bald now. And
Does he look all right?
I guess.
Oh.
He wears a lot of hats now. He never wore hats before, so.
Oh. See, but then I feel bad. To end on a hopefully lighthearted note, because I know we can go south real fast. What is the best relationship advice that you've ever received?
Received? None. Received relationship advice?
Yes.
None. Everybody's so all over the place. And I feel like when you give someone advice, it should resonate with them. Like you should be giving them something that's going to work for them. Because everybody's different, right? Nobody's ever giving me advice that works for me, bro. Like, how are you giving me advice based off of what you would do? I'm not you. Like, I'm not you. I'm me. I'm my own person.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're not really you're telling me what you would do, but that's obviously not what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I think probably if I had to choose something, it would probably be something my mom said to me. And it was that you have to be with someone that loves you for you, and also words. And also just still makes you feel like yourself, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like somebody who's willing to just be with you, who's not trying to change you, who's not trying to, and she didn't just go into depth, like she just gave me like the general like whatever, but the way I took it to me was like, you're not with someone who's trying to change you, but who's with you for the core of who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel there's a lot of things that you can work through with a partner and change and like grow together in. But if they're not with you for the core things and they don't value the core, like they don't, that's what mostly what she said. If they don't value those core things about you, then you cannot be with them. Like it'll never work.
No, that's something that actually I was thinking about recently because, like I said, I'm talking to someone at the moment, and something I noticed that I do a lot is when I start speaking to someone, like the gym kind of gets put on the back burner, and like I stop going because I have a history of like being with guys who don't understand like that I'm lifting weights for a fatter ass, and with that will also come nice arms and probably some traps. I don't know, but I've noticed that like the gym gets put on the back burner, and I'm willing to do that, and I end up disappointed in myself all the time, like at the end of every relationship, because I'm just like, just for the use of gym terms, like I lost out on gains because of this man. Like I'm just like, I could have been this many pounds thicker. I could have had the fattest ass in New York, and I don't because of you know? And it's upsetting. And then it's like with the person that I'm with now, it's just kind of like at no point did I ever think like, oh, I'm gonna start slacking at the gym, or like I gotta make time for this person. I'm gonna not go to the gym and whatever. Like it's just the gym is like it's a core thing, about like who I am, and like without it, I'd probably be a lot more stressed and just not myself. And I think that's one of the things you have to accept about me, and also expect from me, is the fact that there are gonna be times that I can't see you because I'm working out. And I realized that with this person, like I've never slacked. Like I'm so on top of all the things I need to be on top of in my life, and I never use him as an excuse, or he never gets in the way of the things that I need to take care of. And I think that that's really important. I feel like as soon as you start slacking in the parts of your life that you did put value on at some point, or that you actually care about for another person, then you're fucking up. So that's good stuff from your mom.
I think just my own advice, you should be with someone who makes you better. Yeah. Who takes where you already are, and you should be making each other better. Like I feel like, again, this generation is so one-sided with everything. Like it's like everybody wants to focus on themselves and be about themselves and like put themselves first. Yeah, that's great. But if you're making the decision to be in any type of partnership with someone, you need to be willing to give as much as you're getting. And if you're both doing that, then I feel like you have a very full relationship. And I like that because like I want someone who knows how to do things that I don't know how to do. And I want to feel comfortable in sharing the things that I know that they don't, and them sharing the things that they know that I don't, and helping each other learn and grow through that. Yeah. There's a lot of like prideful people that are like, oh, well, if you don't know the same things as I do, like no, like the gym, I would love to get into the gym. I used to go all the time, but it was just whatever I looked up on the internet and stuff. But like if I met a guy who like was like really in the gym, well, I know a guy like that, but but like if I reached out to like my gym guy, I say that because he's like the real like gym guy in my life. And I was like, hey, can you help me with this? And like he like taught me like what to do and stuff like that. And like I decided to pursue a relationship with this person. Like that's something that you taught me and that is very like strong in your life, like, and that you shared with me, and like now that I do too.
I feel like in a relationship, like you guys should be, like you said, just kind of like filling in the gaps wherever you can for that person, and then amplifying each other's strengths. But to what you said about teaching, I feel like a big thing for like a strong relationship is that you can teach someone without belittling them. Because there's a way to teach someone and then be like, no, you're doing it wrong, or you're not doing that right, or like fix this. And it gets to a point that you're like, you know what? Actually, like I kind of hate this. I don't want to learn from you. I don't even have it in me to tell you that I want to learn something, because you're gonna look at me like, oh, you don't know that. Like, I don't need that. I just need you to teach me without making me feel stupid. Because that's another thing. I'm a very prideful person. So if I'm coming to you, to me, it's a very vulnerable thing to ask you, can you teach me this? Because I don't like asking anybody for that. I'd rather look it up on Google before I ask you for help. So, but that's another thing. That's another way that you know that like we're, a partnership, because I feel vulnerable enough to even ask you those questions. So when I ask you, I need you to teach me in a way that I can receive, I can learn, and I just don't want to feel like you're like, you only know that because of me. No.
Yeah, that I hate that.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what I was saying before about people being like you can't have nothing without people being like, yeah, you have that because of me. Or yeah, you did it, like, shut up.
Everything's linked, because that goes back to what I said, where I was just like, lead me without letting me know I'm being led. Like, teach me, but also like, let me think I figured it out myself. I think that's exactly what I meant. Look at us coming full circle.
We're so smart, bro.
We're amazing.
We're great at this.
Okay. But I think that just about wraps up today's Valentine's Day episode. So if you're watching this because you're lonely and you couldn't find anyone, you're welcome for being your date this year. And if you got someone, I don't know how you got this far. You should be, snuggling, doing a little, if you know what I'm saying.
Now they're gonna maybe like, I watched Erica's podcast just for her to tell me that I shouldn't watch it in the first place.
No, if you're single, that's good. And if you're in a relationship, that's good too. So it's just good to be where you're at. Just be happy.
Be happy. Don't worry. We're gonna be suspect.
Whatever you said. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, help me out, all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's all. So
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. The day after my birthday. If you want to send me some birthday love, please do that. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening, all that good stuff. I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.